Hello everybody, and we're back with another forecast for this week. I know it's one day late, but we live streamed on Friday for the severe weather, so I took the day off. Anyway, before we get into it, the live stream, 200 views I think was pretty good. That's more than I was expecting. We gained like 6 or 7 new subscribers, so thank you to everybody who has just subscribed. We really appreciate it. And now let's get into the forecast for this week. So these are the temperature outlooks. And we expect in Illinois and a large portion of Wisconsin, probably about half of Wisconsin, we expect there to be leaning above normal temperatures with just that sliver of Iowa in those below normal temperatures with mostly near normal temperatures there. And we usually just cover that area. So it does seem to be a generally warmer week. And I do want to show the rain forecasts, which does predict above normal temperatures for pretty much all of us, leaning above. And then this week also there's a small chance of severe weather. I'm going to show it. I'm not sure if we're going to go live yet, but I'll post a short telling you if we'll go live. So please consider subscribing if you want to show us both support and if you want to know when we go live. So generally the days that I would assume we might go live is either Wednesday or Thursday, those both having the lower probabilities. So it would be a little harder to determine when, or if, for that matter. And I'm going to show some of the forecasts. This is Thursday. So Wednesday-wise, we can see that there's some instability. It's below 1,000 though. Very well below 1,000, meaning that pretty much no severe weather earlier in the day, and it does get a little high. We do get up into the 2,000s, the 1,000s, which is where I think there might be a chance that we do go live. And then there's some supercell threat. Of course, this all just depends on what the SPC says, and then I usually go off them. Usually there needs to be a 5% risk or a very high wind threat. This is the GEFS, which is just like the GFS. That's what I usually use. GFS is Global Forecast System. This one's Global Ensemble. And generally looking, there's a good chance of higher instability until you get to like Chicago, with the average supercell threat being a little lower, except for in western Iowa. The maximum being a little high, but also, though, the probability is fairly low, which is why I don't think we will go live. However, there's always that chance. Oh yeah, it should be set to Midwest mode. And then Thursday, it does kind of pop up again with another bigger supercell threat, which is why I think maybe Thursday we might go live. Although that Cape probabilities are low, the mean is low. The max, though, does concern me because of how high it is. But the probability is also fairly low. Well, I wouldn't say low. I'd say that's a decent probability. We'll just have to wait and see to see whether or not we'll go live. And then I'm going to skip over to next Sunday, which is a week away. I'm going to just show, we do expect to see a decent amount of rain in a more of a corridor of here be the high winds, but there'd be this like corridor where we do see, and then all south of that. So I'd say that generally below this line, except for this little area up here, you could see more rain, and then there's this line that you also would see more above it. So that, generally speaking, that does go with that maybe above normal precipitation wise. And then just to make sure that we're not going to miss anything, when we look at the model, and I'm going to go specifically for Wednesday, I'm going to make sure I have that Cape timing up right. Here, so 21Z or 4 p.m. and 0Z 7 p.m. We'll check the wind speeds. It's a little hard to tell if I zoom in. There are a couple little short waves, which could indicate some low pressure, possibly. So that I'm losing my word. That would then maybe cause some severe weather. And then if we look up here, there might also be, it's a little hard to tell, but there could also be high pressure right here. And that does play a role in severe weather. And then Thursday, same, I'm seeing some short waves, and there is winds, so generally speaking, that has a chance for severe weather. So please consider subscribing, as there is a chance we go live, and I'm actually going to, I'll show it next week. There's also a chance next week, and I think we have a better chance of going live next week. So please consider subscribing, share this video, and show us a little, if you want to, you don't have to. If you want to show us some support, we really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching.